Hey Marcus, could you please send me the API key for CRM? Oh, okay. Well guys, let me show you a better way to share sensitive data. Hey, this is Jeoffrey from SW, and today we're going to talk about sharing secrets securely. So we use passwords every day, right? When we access LinkedIn or Facebook, and we don't want anyone to have access to them. So one way we can manage that is by storing them on our local machine or by writing them on a piece of paper and put them safely somewhere. Now, this works fine when you're alone, but when you work in a team, you need a way to share those passwords to other team members or any other sensitive data, such as API keys or connection strings. How do we do that? Let's dive into it. If this is your first time dealing with secrets, such as connection strings, which usually contain a password, you might be thinking, why can't I just add those in a config file, such as app settings? Well, the problem is, once you're going to push your changes, this is going to be stored remotely on the repo and accessible to anyone. Now, one way we can solve this is by actually moving all these sensitive data into user secrets. And this is very good practice because user secrets is a file that is not going to be pushed to the repo because it is stored on your local machine, as you can see here. So this is great. I know how to store my secrets securely. Now the question is, how do I share those secrets to other team members? And a very common scenario is the one I'm going to show you. Hey Jeoffrey, I just started working on the website team. Could you please send me the connection strings? Sure. Would you like them by email or by Teams chat? And this is a very bad example because even though you could delete the email or the Teams chat, these are usually logged, which means they exist somewhere and they could be accessed. So we need a better way to show sensitive data. So the first option would be to use a one-time share, such as onetime.me. And this is very straightforward because all you have to do is to paste your data inside this box here and click on generate a link. And what this does is it creates a link to access the sensitive data that can only be accessed once. So if I paste this link in the tab here, it's telling me that this message will self-destruct. And if I click on view note, I can actually access this data, right? I could copy it here. But if I refresh the page, it's gone. So this is great because it doesn't leave any trace of the data. However, I don't have any guarantee that the person who sees the data is authorized to do so. So we probably want to go for something more secure, which would check your identity first. So a more secure option is to use a cloud provider, such as Azure, because you need to log into it, which means your identity is actually confirmed. And Azure has a service called KeyVault, which actually is meant for sharing secrets. So I'm going to show you the example I've created for the purpose of this video. So it's called testctf sharing secrets. And I'm going to click on secrets under objects to have a look at the secret I've created. So it was called SendGrid API. I have to click on its ID here. And if I scroll down there, there's a bunch of parameters, which are not very important. And the actual secret is stored here. And I'm going to show it to you because it's not a very important one. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is now a proper way to share secrets. The only problem is you can only share a string. You can't share a whole JSON object, for example. And this is because Azure is meant for running apps, right? It's not dedicated to sharing secrets. So we probably need a better solution, which is more dedicated to sharing this sort of sensitive information. So the best option is to go with an enterprise secret management tool, such as Keeper, 1Password, or LastPass. And at SSW, we love Keeper for all of the cool stuff you can do with it. Let me show you. So here I am on the Keeper page. And I've created an entry for this gym tracker app that I showed you before. It was that one over there. You can see it here. And I want actually to paste these connection strings in Keeper. So if I click on this entry I've created, you can see that it already contains a bunch of cool stuff. First of all, it has a user secrets category. And also I can store the secrets ID. The value here is hidden, so if I want to see it, I have to click on this icon. And here you can see the connection string I've pasted in. And also, it has the repo URL at the bottom there. So you can see here how this is already more complete than Azure KeyVault we just saw before. Now, a very cool thing is, as I said, this is stored as a user secrets. If I edit this, you can see that there is a bunch of record type I can actually select from. So this was user secrets, but if I click on this, I can actually select any type I want, such as a login, a payment card, an address, whatever. So yeah, there's a lot of options you can select from over here. And the last cool stuff is that Keeper has a little browser extension over here. And this is actually really cool because if, say, you want to log into GitHub, Keeper is actually auto-filling your username and your password over there. You can see it by the little logo. So all you have to do from here is just to click sign in. However, any of these enterprise secret management tools can get quite expensive and may not be suitable for smaller companies or individuals. Now, there's a bunch of free options that exist, such as KeePass. And KeePass is a password manager that works similar to Keeper. It just doesn't have all the cool features that Keeper has. But it is free and open source. I hope I've convinced you to stop sending passwords and secrets via emails and Teams chats. We've covered a few options that you can use, where Keeper is our recommended one. This was Jeoffrey Fischer from SSW, signing off.